Welcome, love, to Wild Flow, the podcast for wild and wise women devoted to honoring your body's wisdom, reclaiming your cyclical power, and walking as a feminine leader in life, love, and through your soul work and purpose. I'm Charlotte Puanto, embodiment coach, ritual priestess, menstrual cycle educator, and feminine business mentor, here to guide soul-led women to step forward as their most magical, womb-awakened, authentic, and sovereign selves. On the podcast, we have rich and deep conversations with women I deeply admire who are leading the way in the reclamation of sacred feminine power. Ready for a new episode, my love? Let's flow. Hello, my loves, and welcome back to Wild Flow podcast with me, Charlotte Puanto. It's been 10 months since my last episode, and I didn't mean to disappear. I was in a descent, and I had to trust that and go with it. Last year, I held an in-person Inanna temple journey that was so powerful that I had no idea it would mirror my own life so precisely. Just as the myth of the goddess Inanna chooses willingly to lay down all that she thinks she knows about herself and the world and holds everything true, she's taken on a journey to peel back the layers and the masks, the identities, the coping mechanisms, everything in her life that she thought was done, was set, was earned, and wouldn't change. And as she descends, she has to lay everything down to reveal the core essential self, the essence of who she truly is. As she dies, as she is killed by her sister, which is the wounded feminine, the wounding in this world. She has to find herself, but only in true surrender. Only when she stops trying to push and prove and find her way back. Only when she stops trying to push through and beyond her capacity. And she says, I surrender fully and truly. I'm listening. Show me. Is she able to crawl through the birth canal, to be reborn and to rise? Once again as queen of heaven and earth, but changed forever. Not the same as she was. She knows what it means to have walked her shadow, to have been stripped bare, to be powerful with nothing. And in that true softness, she finds herself. So as I held this journey in person, and we enacted through ritual and ceremony, I knew that I would be taken on this path in the year of the snake into my great shedding. But last year, the last year of my 30s, it really called me into a true death and rebirth. And so I found myself not ready to podcast, not ready to create anything new, because I was deep in it. I hadn't integrated yet. I'd not completed through the lessons. I'd not found myself on the other side. I was in it. And it was okay, because I knew what this path was. I knew what was happening. I knew where I was going. And I understood that this is an invitation to soften, to release, to lay down, to bear myself, to find myself again. And in knowing that path, I knew that even in the dark, even when I was taking step by step on, what felt like, I imagine, being in the tomb inside the earth, a deep, long tunnel of cold stone with moss and water dripping, but absolute pitch black. All I could do was feel hand by hand, foot by foot on the cold flagstones and keep moving at my own slow pace to not fall and to just trust that the light would show me when it was ready the way back. So when I was in it, I knew that it wasn't time to share. It wasn't time to share on the podcast. It was time to go in, and here I am now, emerging and feeling ready to come and share with you. And what a day it is. It is the new moon eclipse today, the Lunar New Year, Chinese New Year. Here we have this eclipse, which is happening. It's 11 p.m. tonight, Australia time where I live. It's the end of the year of the snake and the start, the welcome, the rise, the birthing of this fire horse. So we're deeply shifting because we're not just completing the snake year, we're completing the last 9-year cycle and entering into a new one. And that just really speaks to me. So I'd love to share a little bit about what my descent has looked like over this last year. Last year, things were not working. I was struggling. And largely it was due to just holding all pieces of myself, my own life, my well-being, my health, holding my children, my husband, and my beautiful work. The places where I'm studying and learning and mentoring and supporting other spaces. And I found myself with incredibly short capacity. For the first time, even over the years of having children, even when I've been sleep deprived, even when I felt like I've been running on fumes, this was the first time that I felt like I just couldn't hold it anymore. I couldn't do it. My 3 beautiful children, one by one, all had neurodivergence assessments. And after my first child had hers, as we were coming up to hers, my husband had his as well. And I just knew, I thought, I need to know if I am too, because I've been guessing, second guessing, gaslighting myself for years now, wondering. And so I had my own assessment. And it was a shock, but also so bloody obvious, not a shock at all. And I learned that I have ADHD and autism. And that kind of threw me because it really challenged my self-view, my identity, and not just my identity out in the world, because ultimately I don't care whether I announce to everybody I'm autistic or ADHD or not, or neurodivergent or anything. It just doesn't matter what anyone else thinks. It matters what I think, but not from a less than point of view, but from a challenging place of feeling like I knew myself so well after all of these years of inner work and embodiment and healing and initiation and the deep alchemical work I've been doing, particularly over the last 3 years in my priestess trainings, to really work with core patterns, core wounding, my core frequency as well, and how I express that as my essence into the world, how I have my unique energy that others feel and receive and resonate with or don't resonate with. And instead of me trying to be something that I'm not, just owning it to then realize, oh, I have these huge new ways of understanding myself. It didn't rock me. It just challenged and opened up a whole new framework, a new lens, a new understanding, so much compassion, such a gift to realize, this is why you have such sensitivity. And this is why you find it really hard, Charlotte, to fit into corporate work, because your energy is always low because you are eternally sensing the world in such a heightened way compared to others. You feel everything. Brain processing is slower and takes longer. That doesn't mean that you're stupid. Doesn't mean that you can't learn. Doesn't mean that you're going to fail exams like I used to believe that I would. It gave me so much to think about in terms of friendships, female friendships particularly, and really going back to when I was at school. I've been having all kinds of memories about, just so much about why my capacity feels lower. And I look at other people and I think, wow, like why, I've been wondering, what is wrong with me? Am I in perimenopause already? Why am I so exhausted? I'm autistic and I have ADHD. And so my body is using a lot of energy all the time, every day, just to get through, just to navigate in my deep sensing of the world. There's so much more I could say about this, but I won't. But it was just so interesting and beautiful. And I needed to really sit with that and feel into that, and how beautiful it was for me to say to my children, hey, we now know this about you, and I know this about me. And hey, I get it. Like, how can we honor who we are, support ourselves, and move through the world in this way? I had to say no to so many invitations, really juicy, beautiful, well-paying invitations last year, because I did not have the capacity to do it. And I knew that it would ask more than I actually had to give. And I could not override my body's signals. I can't predict how much my children need me, and I can't predict what my energy is doing. And so over really long time periods, I had to know like what my capacity was. Could I commit to doing that for 12 months at that intensity or not? No. The answer was no. As part of that, I was really forced to look at my business, the way I was running it, the way that I was, some of the programs I was offering, ways that I wanted so much and just loved being with clients, but it wasn't reflecting the full depth of my work and honoring my capacity. And so I knew I had to question that too. Is there a different way, a better way, another way of doing this? Or is it time to just let this go? And in that space, wait and trust that what is meant to come through will come through. I had been living slightly past my nervous system's capacity. And as someone who is deeply embodied and integrated in living, working cyclically, honoring my menstrual cycle, even that stopped being enough. Even that wasn't working for me, because I was finding that I wasn't having a heightened ovulation time. I was absolutely fucking exhausted. And I was feeling burnt out, but not in a typical burnt out way, in what I would call now an autistic burnt out way, which is different. And I hadn't had words for it before. And now I do. It just makes so much sense. I had to support my children, move them out of the school they were in because it wasn't serving them. I had to listen, I had to make difficult decisions to leave a community that I loved, a framework that I had believed in, and recognize its limitations for neurodivergent children. I had to make a difficult decision. It's been heart-wrenching, and it was necessary. now here we are on the other side with 3 thriving children, which gives me back more capacity as well. I really badly hurt my ankle in November, which devastated me. And I'm still rehabbing it now. I've had to take a few months off jiu-jitsu. I had to withdraw from a once in a lifetime dance immersion with a dance school and an international singer that I really admire. And I haven't been able to do it because my ankle can't hold what I'm asking it to do. And I've been really humbled in just what's possible and what's not. And I turned 40. And it was like everything leading up to that moment was like another step on the spiral down. I was so excited about turning 40. I felt like I'd been preparing for it for a long time. I'm absolutely loving being 40. It is such a beautiful number. It has such a beautiful energetic frequency. 40 feels so exciting and juicy and like a primal power in it. There's just something so liberating and easeful. It's like trying to climb the mountain and then getting to the peak summit and you've just got this beautiful view. It's like just take in the view, see what you can see, let the wind move through you, catch your breath. It's kind of that feeling for me. Ultimately, though, this last 10 months particularly, I've had to stop pretending that my body was fine and that it was what I thought it was. And this has been the biggest invitation to just simplify, where I'd outgrown some of my own structures, where I was pouring energy in, but getting not enough back in return, to release and let somebody else hold what I thought I could hold. I had thought until that point that I'd been really leading from embodiment, and I had. But then life showed me a deeper layer. And what's been really powerful for me about snake medicine is that snake slides on her belly across the earth. She feels the vibrations of the weather, of other beings on the land. She feels everything deep inside, and that is just like me, my deep gut knowing. Can feel what's real in any moment. She moves slowly, sometimes coils up and sleeps, and strikes when she needs to, but generally just honors that beautiful slithering across the land, moving moment to moment. Snake showed me how to slow down even more, how to feel before moving, and how to regenerate before taking action. I could feel where my nervous system was freezing. And I needed to honor that, not make it wrong, but to move with that. Snake has shown me when to shed the skin. And that is absolutely what happened again and again through all of the gates, just like the Inanna journey, deep down into my core. And so over these last months, I've been tending to each part of me. And my snake priestess teacher, Rebecca, and I'm journeying more deeply with snake this year, not letting her go. She's an ally that's here to stay. She taught me that unlike the caterpillar that completely transforms into the butterfly and is unrecognizable, completely different being, the magic and the medicine and wisdom of snake is that with each layer of skin that she sheds, she just reveals a deeper, truer essence of herself. She doesn't change. She doesn't become something she never was. She just deepens into the truth. of who she always was and reveals herself at her pace. I've realized over this last year that I have to honor my pace. And sometimes that is really, really slow. I've had to ask for a lot more support than I felt comfortable doing. I've never had to do before. It's been difficult. It's been pretty challenging. But now as I emerge, I'm keeping this wisdom with me and carrying it into the year of the fire horse. When we have that urge to race out of the gates, to go like 100 miles an hour, to take action, to think less, to just be spontaneous. And I'm Sagittarius in many placements of my chart. So I really have this essence of wanting to gallop towards the horizon and chase what's new. Snake is showing me to go steady. And so I'm remembering even more. I don't want to move, even at that pace that I was moving at before, which was not fast. I was just holding too much. I don't want to build my business in the same way. I don't want a packed calendar. I never had one, but I want it to be now a game of how empty can I make my calendar? I want space. I want depth. I want so much time to just be, to play, to move, to drop into my body. Devotion and discipline is the word that has come through for me this year. Discipline, where it's tempting to, oh, I'm just going to do this. Just going to let myself go do that. It's the discipline, because the feminine wants to flow and there's no containment. I need to bring in the discipline, the structure to contain her, to hold her and say, no, we're not going over there today. Stay here. This is where you're meant to be. So in my business, I'm working even more closely with what is the actual essence of the work I'm here to do. I've been clearing out anything that, feels like a could, like, oh, joy, like, oh, spontaneous, or, oh, it's a spark of interest, or something that I've been doing in the past that's no longer truly aligned with exactly what it is I'm here to hold right now. Letting them go, releasing with love, and pouring my energy into only that which is a true mirror of the depth and the magic that I am here to hold. So I'm curious, if you're holding space for others, if you're strong publicly, but privately at capacity, if you've been building something beautiful, but it does feel heavier than it should, if you're creating things that light you up in the spark of the moment, but aren't truly strategically even completely aligned with the one core genius, the essence of your medicine that you hold, maybe you are not burnt out. Maybe it's not perimenopause. Maybe it is. Maybe you're just in a descent cycle too. I'm curious. So my invitation to you is, as we welcome this moon and this fire horse today, is to stay with Snake, to take the wisdom that she has revealed to you and carry that forwards. Carry that forwards with you into the new. Don't forget her. Don't close the chapter and forget. We always take the gold of these challenges and these initiations that we walk through. For me, it is about this capacity. It's about celebrating myself. I've also been on a deep journey with my body, loving my body, the changing shape of my body, the curves of my body, and my sexual, sensual, erotic energy as well, that has been buried under layers of shame, and through this work has found her way bubbling to the surface for integration, for healing, and for holding. And so that is what I'm carrying with me, to love all that I am, to honor my own capacity, and to not stop doing what I'm here to do, but to make it work truly for me. to trust that less really can be more, so much more, to receive all the support, to structure my work in a way that provides me with abundance and space without me needing to hold more. I don't have to hold to prove. What is it for you? If you'd like to come share with me, come find me at Instagram. I'm charlotte.puanto. Or drop me an email. And Wild Flow is back for more deep conversations about sacred feminine business and leadership and embodiment. And I'll be back with you very soon. Thank you so much for listening, my love, to Wild Flow podcast. If you found medicine in this episode, please share it on socials and leave a review. If you are a sacred space holder, a coach, a priestess, a healer, come and take the free quiz now to discover your sacred feminine leadership style. Understand your frequencies is magic and medicine for your soul client, and how to work with your leadership edge so that you can show up in your sacred authority and create the business that holds you so you don't have to hold it all. Until next time, my love, stay devoted to your body and your spirit as sacred guide as you share your unique medicine in this world.